Getting ready to go live here at the University of Houston, Bauer College of Business. We're going to do the Capstone Assignment. So if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, you will see that we haven't yet started the Zoom meeting. Capstone Assignment. We're going to do the Capstone Assignment today. So I'm just saving that and updating that. So our title should be correct. We're live streaming to Facebook and YouTube, and now I'm going to jump over into Zoom and get started. We are connected. Let's see. We have a few participants waiting. Let's see if I can let them in. Okay. Admit all. All right. I don't have my earphones on yet. Let me put my earphones in. I'm hoping you can hear me. If somebody could let me know you hear me, I would appreciate it. I can't hear you just yet. Okay, it looks like I should hear you now. Yes, thank you, Fernando. How's everybody doing? Hope you're having a great day. We're going to do the capstone review this morning, and today's lesson is going to be pretty short, and here's why. I've created a review, a pretty thorough review of the capstone assignment for you, and it's posted in your assignment. It's actually in your assignment this week in Blackboard. So the video is also posted in Money Study Group, so you can watch it in either place. But when you watch it, I would appreciate if you watch it on YouTube and leave a comment. You'll see at the end of the assignment today that one of your final assignments for this semester, I can't believe we're already at the end of the semester, but one of your final assignments is in the class participation. It's worth 200 points. So one of your assignments in this week's lesson, this week's assignment rather, is to just leave a comment, kind of a brief course evaluation summary. So just a summary. There's a few questions I ask. You can answer anything you want, say anything you want. Please be honest. I'm asking you to post these comments either in Money Study Group or in, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook live, we're going live, we're live streaming as usual. So if you're watching in Facebook or in YouTube, leave a comment there, leave your comments there. So you'll see your comments. You'll see your comments. You'll see what I'm asking you to do in this week's assignment. It's just a brief, kind of in your words, an evaluation of this course. And also, I'm curious to know, this may be another comment you can leave. I would appreciate knowing we're going back on campus next semester, and I'm kind of excited about that, but I'm also a little nervous about that, honestly. It's been very different teaching online, and we had no choice about that. I'm pretty sure we have a choice about coming back on campus. I'm not really sure. I mean, I do whatever they ask me to do. I serve at the pleasure of the Bauer College of Business, and I'm happy, thankful to do that. My office is on campus at the University of Houston Technology Bridge, so it's just I can literally walk to campus. On a beautiful day like today, I would walk to campus. So that's awesome. But I'm curious about how you feel about this whole experience of online courses versus being in the classroom. So I hope you'll spend a few minutes and think about that and leave a pretty good comment. I mean, you can leave that comment. I would prefer you post that comment in Money Study Group or in the comments below the video when you watch the capstone review. Just curious to know how you feel about online courses versus going back on campus. I know there are pros and cons. For me, there were lots of pros and cons. One of the things I didn't enjoy was looking in this camera all the time. I mean, it's so different I had an opportunity last week. I was at a workshop, a financial planning workshop with some people that I love. These people, we come together twice a year to help one another grow. And we haven't been together for 2 years because of COVID. And so we came back together, and I got to speak and make a presentation. And while I was a little nervous, I'm always a little nervous when I make a presentation in front of people. I'm nervous when I get in front of you on campus. I'm not so nervous talking to this silly camera. I don't know why, but at any rate, what I experienced being back with these people that I really love, we got to catch up on 2 years of incredible experiences and share our highs and lows. And when I was speaking in front of this group, what I realized again, which I've known all along, is that it's very different when you're talking to human beings and you're seeing their facial expressions. I don't see any of your facial expressions, really. Actually, I see a couple of you. No, I don't. No one's got their cameras on, which is fine. You're not required to have your cameras on. And but that's one of the drawbacks for me, is just not having eye contact, not knowing who's in front of me, not having any immediate feedback in terms of your response to what I'm saying, the stories I'm telling, the lessons I'm teaching. Like, are you getting it? Does it matter? Does it make sense? None of those things work online. And so for me, that's the drawback. But there are a lot of positive things too. Like, for example, I made this little studio at my house, in my garage, and I can sit here. I don't have to even go to my office. So it's morning, I'm having some coffee, and I'm getting to do this class kind of sitting in the comfort of my own home, and it's very comfortable. It's in my garage, but it's got air conditioning, it's insulated, and I set up a little green screen behind me. So there's just lots of cool things about teaching online that I'm going to have to give up. Like, I'm going to have to be there at 10 o'clock in the morning, which is, great. That's no problem. It's just different. Anyway, curious to know what you think about online versus in person, because next semester I'm teaching 2 courses in person, and I'm really excited about that. I'm a little nervous about that, but just curious how you're feeling. I hope we can get together. Sorry, I have a phone call coming in. I meant to turn my phone off. That's one of the things we do when we're in person, is we turn off the phones. At least I ask you to turn off your phones and just be together, be present. So at any rate, next semester I'll be on campus. I hope to get to meet you. You know what I look like because you've been looking at my face all semester. I hope you'll come up to me and say, "Hi, my name is, I took your course either last semester, the semester before, the semester before that, or the semester before that," because this is like the 4th, maybe the 5th online course I've taught. It's just crazy how time flies, but that's a lot of online teaching, a lot of faces and names that I didn't really get to connect. So that's one of the things I miss. Anyway, let's get on with it. Today we're going to do Capstone Review. So this assignment is worth 200 points. It's an important assignment. But I promise you, you're in a position now. You've been building up to this capstone throughout the whole semester. So it's not a difficult assignment. And in this video that you're going to watch, that is posted in the assignment. So when you open the Blackboard assignment, you'll see the video there. It takes you right to YouTube, where that video lives. So that assignment, or that video about the assignment, really walks you through what I'm looking for when I grade your capstone. In fact, I took some capstone assignments from students who said, yes, you can use my assignment as an example. So I took their example and I just walked you through what I'm looking for and why they got points, and a few of them why they got deductions. So it's really straightforward. The assignment instructions are pretty straightforward if you read them. Now, if you don't read them, which some of you pretty much have shown me that you don't, like there's 4 or 5 students who are probably not listening to me right now, who don't really read the assignment instructions, and then they get a little comment from me with some deductions. And so that's just a few, very small number of students in this semester, in this cohort. But For those of you who read the instructions, I think you'll find this one is very straightforward. There's no surprises, and it's really not difficult because you're taking what you've already done throughout the semester and you're just summarizing it in your capstone. Very similar to what you did last week for this week's assignment, which was just a kind of a dry run for your capstone. But the capstone's worth 200 points. And remember, it's not due for 2 weeks. We do not have class next week. Next week is Thanksgiving. It's a holiday, a holy day, a precious day of Thanksgiving that my family loves to celebrate. It's one of my favorite holidays of the year. I hope it is for you too. So we will be together on Thursday next week. Actually, our family's getting together much earlier than that. But I'm pretty sure most classes will be postponed or canceled next week because you should be off. So we will not meet next week. Your assignment, the capstone assignment, will be due in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, your capstone assignment will be due. In the meantime, I'm going to be working on a couple of things. Number one, for those of you who turn your capstone in by Friday this week, by 3 p.m., Friday this week, just like we've always done this semester, you will not qualify for extra points on the capstone. I'm not giving you extra points because it's worth 200 points already. But what you will get if you turn it in early is an opportunity for me to look at your assignment, and if you're missing anything, I will tell you. You go back and resubmit it for this, that, or whatever it seems like you're missing. So 200 points, you want to get all those points. If you don't need all those points to get an A, then you don't need to worry about it. In fact, if you already have an A, by the time I post your capstone assignment and your 200 points for the class participation, if you've already got 950 points and you've already got an A, then please don't worry about a few extra points if you miss something. Just take your A, because that's the most you can get. We don't give A pluses at Bauer. So if you have 950 points, and it's easy to do the math, if you add 400 points to your score, your points right now, and that equals 950, chances are you're going to be very you won't be surprised. You'll get 200 points on the capstone, and you'll get 200 points for your class participation. So the reason I know that is because if you've been keeping up with your assignments, if you've been turning them in early, if you've been getting full points up to now, and you add 400 points to the number of points you currently have, that will equal 950 or more. You've accomplished what I hoped you would accomplish in terms of earning your A in this semester. What I hoped you would accomplish is, if you took advantage of my offer to submit your assignments early and receive feedback and be able to correct them and still get the extra points as long as you turn them in on the due date, by the due date, then you get extra points, and by this time in the semester, you've already earned your A. So that my hope, my goal was so that you could then focus your time and energy on those courses that do have a final exam, that are very difficult and challenging. Unlike this course is not difficult. It may be challenging for those of you who are really haven't been participating in any kind of financial literacy or financial planning. For those of you who are in that boat, maybe this was a little challenging, but it's not difficult. This is not a difficult course. For a 3-hour course at the college level, this is an easy A. At least I believe it's an easy A if you just do the homework. So hopefully that's what you've experienced, and I promise you, when I look at the points that you've accumulated in Blackboard, I have no doubt this is an easy course in terms of achieving an A if you do the work. So yeah, there's a lot of homework, but it's not difficult. And this week's assignment is absolutely not difficult, because this week's assignment is really just summarizing all of the assignments you've already done, putting them into one report. It's called the capstone. So that's this week, your capstone assignment. Now, again, I will be working on your class participation points, and those will be posted in Blackboard between now and the time that this capstone assignment is due in 2 weeks. So if you receive less than 200 points in your class participation, it will be your responsibility to let me know, here's what I've done. Here's what I've done throughout the semester to earn those 200 points. And that was something I set out at the early part of the semester, that the 200 points are pretty easy to earn, but if you don't get the 200 points, it's because I'm not seeing something, and it will be your job to show me what I'm not seeing. So each week, typically each week, we had some special comments that you were asked to post, to think about, to process, and to share. And that was really how you earn your class participation points, in addition to completing all of your assignments. So if you missed some assignments, you want to complete those assignments, because that's how you earn the class participation. You can't get 200 points if you missed 3 assignments. Okay, I'm going to say that again. If you missed assignments, even though they're late, and even though you're only going to get 1 point for turning those assignments in late, the syllabus says 0, but I give you 1 point just so that I see that you did the assignment. And when you do the assignments, all of the assignments, you will be in a position to earn all 200 points. As long as you did the assignments and you did them in a way that, a passing percentage or passing grade on each assignment. So if you did an assignment and you missed half of the assignment and you only got half the points, you could get a deduction for your class participation for that reason as well. So it just depends. But my point here is, I'm going to post your class participation points within the next 2 weeks. And if you're not comfortable or you're not happy with the number of points you received, it's your job, it's your responsibility to tell me what I missed. So I hope that's fair enough. Most of you, the large majority of you, are going to get the 200 points, and I'm just going to look at how many assignments you completed, knowing that in each of those assignments, I didn't give you full credit if you missed certain elements. One of the elements was your class participation. So that's how the class participation points will work, and that's how you're going to get those points. So again, you've got 400 points coming to you, and you can earn all of those points relatively easily. Hopefully you've already earned them, and you're just going to spend a few minutes putting together your capstone assignment. I think I've made that pretty easy for you this week in the video that you'll watch next. So it's 10:21 a.m. I'm going to look into the chat and see if there's any questions. If I can get my... Yes, okay, I don't see any questions. So I'm going to leave it there and make this short and sweet. I'm not going to review everything. This is being recorded. It's being posted to YouTube. So if you're watching live in YouTube or Facebook, great. If you missed the live session, if you missed the Zoom, don't forget you can watch this in our playlist. So I'll make sure that this video goes in the playlist, which you can find at moneystudygroup.com. Just go to the YouTube icon at the top right of the page, click on that, it'll take you right to our playlist, and this video will be there. Now if you're not watching this video, what I just said will be kind of worthless for you, but for those of you who may be listening and watching and you're in GroupMe and you see a question from a student, where do I find the video? You know the answer. Okay, I don't see any questions, so I'm gonna going once, going twice, and I'm just gonna say before I leave, it's almost time for the semester to be over. I don't know how you feel about that, but it's always nice to complete something. You will get a certificate once you complete everything in Money Study Group. I have not yet updated this semester's certificate, so please don't do that until, give me a week, give me a few days, and I will complete that so that you'll get a course completion certificate that's appropriate for this semester. Okay, thank you for a great semester, Helen. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Helen. Who else? Matthew. I'm glad it was interesting and informing. I'm glad you were here. Thanks. Where will this is a question from Christopher. Where will the capstone assignment be at? Always, always, always. The assignments that you're responsible for are in Blackboard. Blackboard. It's also in Money Study Group. That's where you go and you have extra resources, and you usually have a quiz. I think there is a quiz in Money Study Group this week as well. You grab a screenshot when you pass the quiz. So you always want to go to both. But the assignment that gives you the points that go towards your grade at the University of Houston, at the Bauer College of Business, those assignments are always in Blackboard. So, yes. And when do you think participation points will be uploaded? So, Christopher, apparently you were watching Netflix. I will be posting those over the next 2 weeks. So, Christopher, again, if you've completed every assignment this semester, even if they were late and you only got 1 point, you will qualify for the 200 points. If you missed some assignments and you didn't do them, and I'm assuming that maybe you might have missed an assignment, and just based on your question, because I said this a couple of times. So just for anyone who's listening, if you haven't completed all of the assignments that were posted in Blackboard, you want to do that if you want to receive 200 points for class participation. So again, that doesn't guarantee that you'll get all of the points for class participation, but it is a requirement. All assignments have to be completed. All right, so thank you for a very important and enjoyable class. I appreciate that, Christopher. It's been fun working with you too. I know I give you some, grief every now and again, but thanks for that. Yes, and that's another, you said hope to keep in touch in the future. And so one of the things that I asked you to do in your class participation this week in this assignment is let me know not just how you feel about online courses versus in-person courses, but let me know if you would like to continue your learning in personal finance and financial planning, because I'm taking this course to the next level over the semester break. I'm going to be basically changing platforms. I'm going to use it's called Thinkific, and it's a tool for online courses. It's very different than what I'm using now, but we seem to have outgrown the WordPress Learn Dash platform that we've been using. It's going slow, and so anyway, I'm going to be inviting you to continue your journey with me on a different platform, and so I'm curious if that's something you want. If it's something you'd like to do, I think what I'm going to do is create a community I'm going to create a community, and it will probably be free for students who have taken this course. That's what I want to do, is create a community of students who have taken this course over the years. I'd love to be connected with you. So anyway, that's my answer to your question, Christopher, is I hope we can keep in touch in the future as well, and I'm providing a resource just so that we can do that, and so you'll be learning more about that. I will post some things in Money Study Group so that you can see how to do that, and I will be sending you an email as well just to let you know at the end of the semester. I haven't really decided how I'm going to communicate that to you guys, but I'm easy to keep in touch with. I would say the best way to stay in connection with me is go to LinkedIn and ask for a connection request. If you have a profile picture, I will accept it. If you haven't put a profile picture in your LinkedIn profile, then I will reject it. It's one of my rules. I only have one rule about LinkedIn connections. I'm pretty open, but I think that's the best way for us to stay connected, so I would encourage you. If you don't have a LinkedIn account, it's like Facebook for adults, for professionals, and I really like LinkedIn, so that's the easy answer for now. But I am going to be creating, like I said, the next level, the next steps in your financial planning journey, and I want to make that available for you, and I hope that we can stay connected that way. So, great question, thanks. Okay, don't see any other questions. It is now 10:28. Let's see. Okay, yep, so that's it. I'm gonna shut her down and go. I've already posted your assignment. It's already in Blackboard, so let her rip, Tater Chip. See y'all later. And don't forget, come and meet me on campus whenever you see me anyway. You know what I look like. I'm kind of hard to miss. So come up and introduce yourself. And if you're a hugger, I'll give you a hug. But probably we won't be doing hugging for a while, I guess. Anyway. Y'all have a great Thanksgiving, and thank you so much for this semester. We will have another class session, but it will be totally, it's only if you want to be there or need to be there. So for those students who have not yet earned enough points to get an A, and you need some more, if you want some additional work, and if you want to, anyway, there will be one more. The week after Thanksgiving, we will meet, but it'll be totally optional. So what that means to those of you who have already earned your A, by the time you receive your 400 points for the capstone and your class participation, you will not be required to attend that Zoom meeting or even watch it. So that means this is goodbye, or so long until we meet again. It's been my pleasure. Y'all take care. Now I'm going to jump over and I'm going to finish the broadcast.